In this video, we delve into the fascinating world of the female reproductive system, a complex and important part of the human anatomy. Understanding this system is essential not only to understanding how reproduction works, but also to appreciating the complex means the body uses to maintain overall health and well-being. The female reproductive system can be divided into two main components: the external genitalia and the internal genitalia. We'll start by exploring the external genitalia, commonly referred to as the vulva. This includes structures such as the mons pubis, labia majora, labia minora, and clitoris. Each of these parts plays an important role in protecting the internal reproductive organs and contributing to sexual pleasure and reproductive health. Next, we will move on to the internal reproductive organs, including the vagina, cervical canal, fallopian tubes, uterus, and ovaries. These ingredients work together to support functions ranging from menstruation and sex to fertilization and pregnancy. Understanding the anatomy and physiology of these organs will help understand how they interact to support reproduction and how they can be affected by various health problems. Throughout this video, we will not only identify and describe each part of the reproductive system, but also discuss their functions and importance for reproductive and overall health. If you are passionate about human anatomy or interested in topics such as spermatogenesis, the male reproductive system, eugenesis, and other related topics, be sure to subscribe to my channel. By subscribing, you will be kept up to date with all the latest content and detailed explanations of these fascinating topics. Embark on this educational journey to explore the complexities of the female reproductive system and its central role in human biology. Stay tuned for a full preview and in-depth discussion. External genitalia. The external genitalia, also known as the vulva in women, is made up of several structures. First, there is the pubis, which is a soft fatty tissue located in front of the pubic bone. The term monsandamp quat means mound. Pubisandamp quat refers to the pubic bone. Next we have the lips. The word labiandamp quat comes from the Latin word for lip. The labia majora are the outer folds of skin that protect the other external reproductive organs. They also contain sweat and sebaceous glands. Inside the labia majora are the labia minora, which surround the openings of the vagina and urethra. The labia minora join together in front to form the clitoris, a highly sensitive organ with many nerve endings. The clitoris is the male counterpart of the glans penis. The central part of the external genitalia is the vestibule of the vulva, which contains the vaginal and urethral openings. Internal genitalia. The internal genitalia of the female reproductive system include the vagina, the cervical canal, the fallopian tubes, the uterus, and a pair of ovaries. Vagina and cervical canal. The vagina is a fibromuscular tube about 10 centimeters long, lined with non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelium. It allows menstrual blood and the fetus to exit the body. The vaginal lining includes glands that provide lubrication. In addition, the vagina receives the male reproductive organs and sperm. The cervix is the lower cylindrical part of the uterus, lined with columnar cells. It contains many mucus glands that produce mucus for lubrication. The cervix also prepares sperm for fertilization and has several folds that facilitate childbirth. Fallopian tubes. Each fallopian tube is a hollow organ 10 centimeters long that is divided into 4 sections. The pedicle is the lateral end, which has numerous finger-like projections called fimbriae. These fimbriae capture the egg cell after it is released from the ovary. The bulb is the central, dilated portion of the fallopian tube. It is the most common site of fertilization. The midpoint of the fallopian tube is the isthmus, which connects the fallopian tube to the uterus. Uterus. The uterus, also known as the uterus or reproductive organs, is where a fertilized egg implants and develops into a fetus. The uterus is about 7.5 centimeters long, 5 centimeters wide and 2.5 centimeters thick. It is made up of several parts: fundus, body, and cervix. The body of the uterus is lined with mucous membrane, while the corners, or cornu, are where the fallopian tubes attach. Uterine wall. The uterine wall is made up of 3 layers. 1. Perimeter. The outermost layer is a thin layer of epithelial cells covering the uterus, also known as the visceral peritoneum. 2. Myometrium. The central and thickest layer, made up of smooth muscle cells. This layer plays an important role in childbirth by contracting and relaxing to expel the fetus. It is also the main site for the development of fibroids and adenomyosis. 3. Endometrium. The innermost and most active layer undergoes cyclical changes under the influence of hormones, such as estrogen and progesterone. This is where endometrial hyperplasia occurs and may be associated with endometrial cancer, ovaries. The ovaries are the main reproductive organs, each measuring about 4 times 3x to centimeters. They have 2 main functions: producing female eggs, oocytes, and secreting reproductive hormones, such as estrogen and progesterone. A cross-section of the ovary shows 2 main regions, the central medulla and the outer cortex. The medulla is rich in dense connective tissue and is well supplied with blood vessels, nerves, and lymphatics, which are essential in supporting the functions of the ovary. The outer cortex, on the other hand, is where the real action takes place. It contains many follicles, each at different stages of development, from the primordial follicle to the mature Graafian follicle. When an ovarian follicle matures, it releases an egg in a process called ovulation. This release marks a key point in the menstrual cycle and is vital for reproduction. After the egg is released, the remaining part of the follicle transforms into the corpus luteum. The corpus luteum is an essential temporary endocrine structure that secretes progesterone. This hormone is essential for preparing the endometrium lining of the uterus for implantation of a fertilized egg and promoting early pregnancy if conception occurs. If pregnancy does not occur, the corpus luteum degenerates, leading to a decrease in progesterone and eventually the onset of menstruation. Understanding these intricate details of the ovary not only advances our knowledge of female reproductive physiology, but also highlights the complexity of the body's regulatory mechanisms. Each component of the female reproductive system plays a specific role in maintaining reproductive health and the harmonious functioning of the system. It's a complete overview of the female reproductive system. I hope this video has provided you with valuable information about its structure and function. If you found this information helpful, please take a moment to like our channel on YouTube. By doing so, you will support our efforts in creating more informative and educational content. Also, be sure to follow us on Facebook to get access to flashcards, diagrams, and notifications of upcoming videos and updates. Engaging with our content on social media is a great way to deepen your understanding and stay up to date on the new topics we cover. Thank you so much for watching and being a part of our learning community. Your support and engagement is greatly appreciated, and I look forward to sharing more interesting and educational content with you in future videos.